Battle of the Brains presented by Virginia 529. Central Virginia's ultimate high school academic quiz show. Today's match features Douglas Freeman High School versus Charlottesville High School. Let the battle begin.
Hello and welcome to Battle of the Brains, Central Virginia's longest running high school academic quiz show. I'm Cheryl Miller. Our competition welcomes teams from schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia. Today's teams have made it to round 3 of this season's competition. Congratulations to them. The academic athletes joining us today are the Mavericks of Douglas Freeman High School, coached by Jason Abril and Orion Altman. Freeman High School is part of Henrico County's public school system. It offers a specialty center for leadership, government, and global economics. Also with us today, the Black Knights of Charlottesville High School, coached by Alan Robinson and Abigail Lund. A public high school in Charlottesville, Charlottesville High School presents an equity-focused community committed to providing the skills and knowledge needed for lifelong learning and personal fulfillment. It's great to have all of these students back with us today. Our match today will consist of 3 toss-up rounds and a category round. Players will buzz in and wait for me to call on them before giving their answer. Any interruption of questions with an incorrect answer will result in a point deduction. There's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. All right, students, welcome back. Good luck. Let's start the first toss-up round. All things are possible except skiing through a revolving door is a corollary of what law that states if something can go wrong, it will? Annabelle.
Murphy's Law.
Correct. Who was the first black man to be elected president of South Africa? Anuj.
Mandela.
Correct, in 1994 at the age of 77. Who, along with Bob Woodward as a reporter for the Washington Post, Graham?
Weinstein.
That is incorrect. I will not finish the question. Katie?
Bernstein.
Carl Bernstein is correct. Helped break open the Watergate scandal in 1974. What intermolecular forces responsible for high surface tension and high melting point of water are named? Matthew.
Hydrogen bonding.
That is correct. Name for the lightest element. You may need your pencil and paper for this. If a circular pizza with a diameter of 12 inches is cut into 6 equal slices, what is the area in square inches of each slice? Anuj.
6 pi.
That is correct. 6 pi square inches. While she was one of 3 sisters, she was the only one who was mortal. Because of this, she was killed. Annabelle.
Medusa.
That is correct. Abysmal is a word that means extremely poor or bad. Spell abysmal. Madeline.
Abysmal.
That is correct. To use the left hand in serving, passing, or eating food is rude or objectionable in countries adhering to what religious faith? Celia.
Islam.
That is correct. In which city was Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria? Anush.
Sarajevo.
Correct. Assassinated in 1914 there. What word is used to further describe either a type of cracker or magnetism? Annabelle?
Triscuit.
That is not correct. Charlottesville? Celia?
Ritz.
We're looking for animal cracker, animal magnetism. In Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, to whom was Juliet betrothed? Annabelle.
Paris.
Correct. What is the name of the knot that, according to legend, was cut by Alexander the Great? Graham.
Gordian knot.
Correct. This lawman has starred in 3 full-length feature films. Some of his famous pull-string quotes include, "There's a snake in my boot," and "Somebody's poisoned the water hole." Annabelle.
Woody.
That is correct. Sheriff Woody from Toy Story. All right, students, please turn your attention to the monitors for a video question presented by a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch, and you must wait until the question is completed before buzzing in.
Known as the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway hosts 2 NASCAR Cup races each year. One is run on concrete. What type of surface is the other run?
Anuj.
Asphalt.
That is incorrect. Charlottesville? Celia?
Stone.
It's actually a dirt track. Serving non-consecutive terms, who is the only American president? Graham.
Cleveland.
That is correct. The question was to acknowledge he had sired an illegitimate child. It was a son named Oscar. This mythical character's origins are not clear, having said to have come from everything from a fictitious Christian saint to a demonic Indian water spirit to the Christian saint Jonah. Name this mythical sailor to whom sunken ships... Annabelle.
Davy Jones?
Correct, and drowned sailors go to his locker. Liam Payne and Harry Styles were members of which... Madeline.
Direction.
That is correct. British boy band, One Direction. The graphic tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is told in what book of the Old Testament? Matthew.
Deuteronomy.
That is incorrect. Charlottesville? Madeline?
Ecclesiastes.
It's actually the book of Genesis. Yeah. And that buzzer means the end of our first toss-up round. A good job by our team so far. Coming up next, we'll meet today's players, and then they'll take on the category round when Battle of the Brains continues.
Battle of the Brains is always available. Find full episodes on YouTube and follow along with Battle of the Brains on social media. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 100 points. Our team from Charlottesville High School with 50 points. And we'll get back to our match just ahead. But first, let's introduce you to today's players. First up on our Douglas Freeman team, the coaches are Jason Abril and Orion Altman. They are the Mavericks. Our first player is Matthew Wozniak, who is a junior. He runs cross country and track and hopes to major in electrical and computer engineering. Next up is Anuj Damli, who is a junior. He's a flutist with the Freeman Marching Band and Wind Ensemble, and also a member of the Model UN Club and Freeman Secretariat. Our team captain is Katie Hall. Katie's a senior who plans to major in foreign affairs and is an editor of Freeman's newspaper, The Commentator. And wrapping up our team from Douglas Freeman High School is Annabelle Nee. Annabelle is a senior who plans to major in English. She's the sound designer for Freeman's plays and musicals. Welcome back to our team from Freeman, who've made it now to round 3. Also in round 3, our team from Charlottesville High School, the Black Knights, are coached by Alan Robinson and Abigail Lund. First up is Madeline Jones, who is a senior. She's an actor, does tech for theater crew, plays electric and acoustic guitar, and hopes to go into journalism. Next up is our team captain, Graham Selman, is a senior. He says he's an ultimate Frisbee player. He watches movies, enjoys them, and plans to study abroad. Next up is Celia DeVoe, who is a junior, who plans to major in computer science and enjoys reading a good book or two. Linwood Bailey is a junior and loves strategy games, also says they are a video nerd and enjoys math as well. That's our team from Charlottesville High School. Again, congratulations to both of our teams now for making it to round 3. And now we're going to play our category round, where each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices. If the team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they will receive a 20-point bonus. All right, teams, take a look here at today's categories from which you may choose. They are famous trios, potpourri, and real and fictional addresses. We do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team. They may confer, though, with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. And by the rules, the high-score team gets first choice of category. So that is our team from Douglas Freeman. Katie, talk it over with your team. Let me know what you'd like to play.
We'll take trios.
All right. Identify the missing third member of each of the following trios. The first is Timmy, Wanda, and... Cosmos, correct. Lycosis, Atropos, and...
Clotho.
Correct. Regan, Goneril, and...
Cordelia.
Correct. Id, Ego, and...
Super Ego.
Correct. The Friendship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and...
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Correct. Preakness, Belmont Stakes, and...
Kentucky Derby.
Correct. Larry, Curly, and...
Mo.
Correct. Protium, Deuterium, and...
Hydrogen.
Tritium. Rock, Scissors.
Paper.
Correct. And finally, the good, the bad, and the
Ugly.
That is correct. Good job on that category. You know your famous trios. All right, Charlottesville, potpourri, or real and fictional addresses. Graham, talk it over with your team. Let me know what you'd like to play.
We'll do potpourri.
All right, identify each of the following from these clues. The first is the month in which Labor Day is observed in the U.S.
September.
Correct. Musical that features Elphaba, Fierro, and Galinda.
Wicked.
Correct. Roman god of wine and revelry.
Dionysus.
That would be Bacchus. In a Monty Python movie, what holy device was used to slay the rabbit of Carenbanog?
The Holy Hand Grenade.
That is correct. In the rap group DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, who was the Fresh Prince?
Will Smith.
Correct. Who is the current Lieutenant Governor of Virginia?
Pass.
That would be Winsome Earl Sears. Social worker who founded the Hull House?
Dorothea Dix.
Jane Addams. Fidelio is the only opera by which composer?
Mozart.
Beethoven. Italian term for the doneness of pasta that means to the tooth?
Al dente.
Correct. And finally, author of the classic novel To Kill a Mockingbird?
Harper Lee.
And that is correct. The potpourri was all over the place, wasn't it? Good job on the category by both of our teams. Up next, another toss-up round when Battle of the Brains continues.
Miss a week of Battle of the Brains? Or want to catch up on a full season of Battle gameplay? Find full episodes on our YouTube channel. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School, 145 points. Our team from Charlottesville High School, 80 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. First, just a reminder that teams will lose points for interrupting a question with an incorrect answer. The other team will then get a chance to answer. And of course, there's no conferring in the toss-up rounds. All right, teams, here we go. What name is given to the 6 generally unreactive elements whose lightest member, Matthew?
Noble gases?
That's correct.
Okay.
The lightest member is helium. Ambidextrous is defined as the use of both hands with equal facility. Spell ambidextrous. Madeline?
AMBIDEXTROUS.
That is correct. Good job. Who is the only woman to win 2 Nobel Prizes? One Street. Madeline?
Marie Curie.
Correct. Identify the boisterous French dance in Fast 2/4 Time featured in the paintings of Toulouse-Lautrec and in the melodies of Jacques Offenbach. Anush?
Can?
Correct.
Okay.
What bill, which was preceded by the proposed Talmadge Amendment, admitted Maine as a free state? Anush?
The Missouri Compromise.
That is correct.
Okay.
A Google is a 1 followed by how many zeros? Matthew?
100.
That is correct. The namesake Wyoming area reserves were secretly leased to private parties by Secretary of the Interior Albert Fall. Name this 1920 scandal. Anush?
Teapot Dome.
That is correct. That was about oil. In philosophy, what is the 12-letter word defined as the study of knowledge or the investigation of what distinguishes justified belief from opinion? Celia?
Rhetoric.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Matthew?
Epistemology.
That is correct.
Let's go.
The British Royal House of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha is better known today as the House of what? Celia?
Windsor.
Correct. It was changed in 1917. Until the chain bridge was built in the 19th century, what river divided the 2 cities of Buda and Pest? Anuj?
The Danube.
Correct. What is the term for the process by which a trait moves from one culture to another? Anuj?
Diffusion.
Correct. To whom in the 20th century is the following quote attributed? Now I am become death. Anuj?
Oppenheimer.
That Robert Oppenheimer is correct. The rest of the quote is the destroyer of the war of worlds. All right, turn your attention to the monitors for another video question presented by a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch. And again, wait until the question is completed before buzzing in.
1850 to 1860, 20,000 enslaved people made it to what northern terminus of the Underground Railroad?
Canada?
Correct.
Okay.
Can't go much farther than that. Prosciutto is an Italian dried cured ham. Spell prosciutto. Madeline?
PROSCIUTTO.
That is correct. In December 1831 began the journey that would take him to the Galapagos Islands. Graham?
Darwin.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question for Freeman. He sailed aboard which now famous vessel? Annabelle?
The HMS Beagle.
That is correct. In the early days of sound in movies, name this native of Richmond who won for himself a place of honor among American screen stars and the nickname of Bojangles. Madeline.
Charlie Chaplin.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Annabelle?
Marty Bojangles.
That would be Bill Bojangles Robinson, who was born in 1878 in Richmond's Jackson Ward. Which word used in dressmaking or sewing designates the art of decorating a fabric with a needle and thread of yarn? Annabelle?
Embroidery.
That is correct. A legal power often used in government, what is the four-letter Latin word meaning I forbid? Anush?
Veto.
Correct. This author wrote about Luis Velasco's 10 days on a life raft in the story of a shipwrecked sailor. He is better known for fictional works like Leaf Storm, which introduced the town of Macondo. Name this Colombian author of In Evil Hour. Anush.
Gabriela Garcia Marquez.
Correct. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round to go, and we'll have the double of the point value for correct answers. Stay tuned to see which of today's teams will earn the right to continue to the semifinals here on Battle of the Brains.
Love Battle of the Brains? Ready for your high school team to play next season? Get in touch. Go to battleofthebrains.net to learn more. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
And here are the scores as we head into the final round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 285 points. Our team from Charlottesville High School with 110 points. And in this final toss-up round, the point score for a correct answer is doubled, but so is the penalty for an incorrect answer given before I finish the question. Now, there's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. Good luck, teams. This is our final toss-up round. Combeferre, Jolie, and Enjolras. Annabelle.
Les Miserables.
That is correct. In the Victor Hugo novel. Twice divorced American socialite Wallace Simpson scandalously married which British noble? Anush.
George V.
That is incorrect. In 1936, Charlottesville. Celia.
George IV.
It was actually Edward the Eighth, the former king, who was known as the Duke of Windsor. You may need your pencil and paper for this one. What is the coefficient of the x term in the expansion of 3x minus 4 squared? Matthew.
-24.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It is the art of narration and expression through body movement. Michael Jackson's moonwalk is influenced by this type of art. Matthew.
Just dancing. No.
No, I'll finish the question for Charlottesville. What type of artist is Frenchman Marcel Marceau? Graham.
Mime.
That is correct. Perfect ones have never been obtained. Sound cannot travel through what kind of void that nature abhors? Celia.
Vacuum.
Correct. In 1967, what two teams played for the National Football League's first ever Super Bowl championship? Graham.
Green Bay Packers and Kansas City Chiefs.
That is correct. What physicist set a record for consecutive weeks on the nonfiction bestseller list for his book, A Brief History in Time? Annabelle.
Stephen Hawking.
Correct. Published in 1988. Called one of the world's greatest musicians and prodigies, name the composer of Ein Klein music. Anuj.
Mozart.
Correct. The Japanese contraction Pokemon translates to what in English? Matthew.
Pocket monster.
Pocket monster is correct. In 622, Muhammad and his followers fled from Mecca to Medina in a flight that is known as what? Annabelle.
Hajj.
That is incorrect. Charlottesville? That would be the Hejira. What is the term given to the ideology rampant in the 19th century and still very much alive, which holds that people derive their identity from their nation and we owe it their primary allegiance? Matthew.
Nationalism.
Correct.
Yeah.
The phrase, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit, was coined by lawyer Graham.
Robert Kardashian.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Freeman. Coined by lawyer Johnny Cochran during the 1994-95 trial of what notable personality? Anuj.
O.J. Simpson.
Correct. Ants crawl over a pocket watch in the bottom left corner of what painting? Matthew.
Oh, crap. A persistence of memory. Persistence of memory.
That is correct, by Salvador Dali. His mother told his father that she had given birth to a horse to prevent Kronos from eating yet another of their children. He himself was the first. Annabelle.
Zeus.
That is incorrect. I will finish the question. He himself was the first Greek god to tame horses, though he is better known for wielding a trident. Name this Greek god of the sea. Celia.
Poseidon.
Correct. Living in the cold Arctic regions of the world are the Eskimo people, who are otherwise known by what other name? Graham.
Inuit.
Correct. The three compounds of carbohydrates are carbon, hydrogen, and what? Anush.
Oxygen.
Correct.
Okay.
A ship's draft is defined as the vertical distance from the bottom of the keel to what? Annabelle.
The top of the mast.
That is incorrect. Charlottesville? Celia?
The crow's nest.
Actually, to the water line. And that buzzer is the end of our game. While our judges double check the final score, here's a reminder of how to stay connected with us here on Battle of the Brains.
Stay up to date with Battle of the Brains. Follow along as your favorite teams advance this season. Visit battleofthebrains.net to learn more. And follow the show on social at Battle of the Brains.
As we continue round 3 in this season of Battle of the Brains, join us next week as we welcome Princess Anne High School versus Cave Spring High School.
And now here's the final score for today's match, determining which team will move on to the semifinals of this season's competition. Ending the match with a final score of 190 points, our team from Charlottesville High School. Great job today by Linwood, Celia, Graham, and Madeline. Our winners today with a final score of 415 points, our team from Douglas Freeman High School, the Mavericks, Matthew, Anuj, Katie, and Annabelle. Congratulations, and we will see you in the next round. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thank you for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains, and we'll see you back here next week. Great match, teams.
Game over. Thank you for watching Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529. Goodbye.